and KAO Chang-Rui. And their opponents from Canada and Chile, Edward Lee and Gustavo Gomez.
So the mixed pairing enters the arena. Edward Lee in front from Canada, Gustavo Gomez from Chile. The man from the land of Loco Lucho. The Chileans delivering some in the Pan American Games. So they come together here. Interesting. From all over the world here, it's the Pan American team from coach to players. We'll tell you more in a bit. Here's the tale of the table. Gustavo Gomez, 30 years old, a veteran on the table compared to the 20-year-old KAO Chang-Rui and LIN Ru, the silent assassin, 23. Edward Lee had quite a year last year, the 22-year-old taking the Pan Ams. So right-handers, the Pan American pair on the left. Ingrid Bogren, welcome back. Good to see you. Long time. Ingrid will be taking care of the coin toss, the handshakes, and everything else to make sure that the players have the fairest and squarest of experiences out here in this Infinity Arena.
Black or red? Red, you are black. Black, winner of toss, Gomez and Lu. Receiver. KAO. Gomez.
So the table has been set. Receive was the choice by Gustavo Gomez, so serve given to the Chinese Taipei pair. That is KAO Chang-Rui and LIN Ru of Elon. So receiving will be Gustavo Gomez. KAO Chang-Rui will be serving. So left-handed, Gustavo Gomez. I don't know if I've had a chance to call one of his matches before. Funny, you follow table tennis for some time. There are a few continents in the world, a few regions that don't have quite as many players in the top, say, 50. And since the new ranking system has come back, we've had a lot more shining stars from different regions. Africa, Oceania, and the Pan Am region. Edward Lee was one of those. After taking a continental event, skyrocketed in the world rankings. Adi Serene did the same. Actually, Australia with a lot of young, promising stars. Seen a few of them already. If you're following on World Table Tennis like I am every day, checking all the matches to make sure you know what is what, I'm Adam Bobrow. I'm thrilled to be here with you and excited to see this matchup. So the Islanders on the right side of the screen there, LIN Ru and KAO Chang-Rui playing together, a young, bright future. KAO Chang-Rui training in Kaohsiung under none other than Zhuang JU-GUSTAVO. Kaohsiung, a wonderful place for table tennis, and a wonderful place for table tennis also, Singapore for the Smash. $1.5 million in prize money, the best equipment in the world, and 2,000 points to the champions of this and every event. Man, the first ever Grand Smash. I remember when WTT was getting started, I'd say the world, the early days of the pandemic was easy for very, very few people, no matter where you were in the world. I think the Chinese Taipei team happened to have a pristine place to live during that time, but to get started, they only had one Grand Smash. This year, the first year, that there will be 4 Grand Smashes. You saw the fan vote there. I don't need to tell you what it said. Caster vote at worldtabletennis.com with the WTT app. Before every match, you can do that.
First game, KAO to serve, Lavo.
KAO Chang-Rui to start it off.
Love.
Now, one thing I can tell you about KAO Chang-Rui's game is that it's very fast, very aggressive.
1-all.
LIN Ru, you've had years to see him and how smooth he can be beating the best players in the world.
1-2.
A shallow shovel serve there from Gustavo Gomez, but well handled on the receive. That backhand receive from Lin Yunru has caused trouble for opponents all around the world, the most dominant nations in the game.
3-2.
Nice turn here. Edward Lee steps around that backhand corner, uses the length of the table for security, and it's 3 points apiece now. Soft hands to get the soft flick back. Edward Lee making the most of, well, feels weird to say it, the weaker of the two flicks that come out of Lin Yunru. And this is the side where the flick is as fast as can be, a backhand from behind the table. I've known Lin Yunru since he was a teenager, a young one at that, and he's bulked up quite a bit. Quality in the rally. Edward Lee steps around, but the answer comes right back. Gao Cheng-Rui, quick with that forehand. Oh, inside out, a beauty. Gao Cheng-Rui once again going to the ground. Get ready for some fast feet. Step, step. Takes that low, has to fully extend the arm. Deja vu. This time, instead of straight sideways, has to move back into the table. I'm not jealous of your front row seat. Just saying. Okay, a little bit. Completely. Oh, beautiful backhand. There it is. The Chiquita. Lin Yunru goes down the line.
No flash, please.
Very quietly and politely.
3-8.
Reminding people vision is important in table tennis. Good answer this time, the anticipation and a quick response. So towel break here, second time around, and it's a 4-point lead for the pair from the Chinese Taipei team.
Let 8-4.
Inside the baseline, Gao Cheng-Rui right there. Remember, in doubles, you must alternate shots. Play the ball, get out of the way for your partner.
5-9.
Which is why they try to pair up right-handers with left-handers where they can. It's just more convenient to stay out of each other's way, to play 2 forehands in a row without having to dance around each other.
5-10.
5 game points now for Lin Yunru and Gao Cheng-Rui. Good placement, and they finish with more than double that of their opponents. The silent assassin in Gao Cheng-Rui take game number 1. So conversation time. The familiar face on the other side from the Pan American region. We'll tell you more about him in a bit. It'll be an uphill battle for the Pan Americans. Game 2 to follow.
你就听你正手短内球就好，然后再来就是云图发球那个节奏，你慢一点，你根本不用测。如果大不转好打，你就两边大不转，就两边直接传，你都有点太快了。等一下，他们都没那么快，所以他们不会失误，就不用硬加这样上去，顺着走就好打了。啊，你都。
So a little look here at table number 2, Truls Morgard in game number 5 against Ovidio Ionescu. There it is, fingers to the forehead, the Truls Morgard celebration. In game 5, he takes it. Spectacular to watch. Wonder what that conversation was? Yeah, me too. Bernie Such right now 2-1 against Natalia Bayor. They've played in India over the years in a 3-1 victory to get through the round of 32. Bernie of Romania, who's been top 10. And here's a look at table number 4, Simon Gauzy against Edward Ionescu, no relation to Ovidio. Simon Gauzy with a 3-0 victory. The French showman moves on. Hope we get him in the Infinity Arena. He's always a pleasure to watch. Spectacular around the nets in recent history.
Gomez to serve. Level.
So back for game 2, Gustavo Gomez to start it off with the serves.
Let. Love all.
Beautiful
One,
parallel, Edward
love.
Lee. Imagine knowing what you want to do for what feels like 5 seconds, but in reality is probably less than a second, and not being able to show with your upper body what you're going to do.
Love.
Edward Lee is
2.
so good at that. That's part of the reason his forehand has won so many points. You just can't tell where the ball's going to go. Oh, beautiful rally. The spectacle goes way longer than we would have expected. Yeah, type of shot you want to talk about with your friends. Type of rally under the table. Gao Cheng-Rui and again Lin Yunru. Then Gao Cheng-Rui steps around for the winner. We've had some good points today, no doubt about it. But the point before this is a contender for me for point of the day. They're still laughing about it. Just amazing, jaw-dropping action on day number 2. 2 points apiece for the pairs at the table.
2-3.
You can expect Lin Yunru to RSVP when you invite him to an opening Chiquita party. Fast feet, he glides. My goodness, the silent assassin skating. Oh, check it out. Damage, damage from that forehand. Emotional damage. 4. And now 5 for the serving pair that started off strong. Lob comes down. Back up to the sky. And it finally misses the table, the extended rally of this match. It's so interesting to see 2 players behind the table under pressure, the crowd eating it up. Edward Lee fishing, keeping it a bit lower. And then here's the big counterattack. As soon as he gets the forehand in, he has to wait his turn to get back in position. It's tough. It's a lot of ground to cover and a lot of space to share. But extra effort on this one here as Edward Lee takes the point. Man, it feels like just yesterday I was meeting Edward Lee for the first time near a karaoke machine in the middle of a quarantined village in China for the World Championships, and here he is on the main stage.
7-4.
He's improved quite a lot, but the pair on the other side of the table, no doubt about it, some of the best in the world. Strong opening backhand from Gao. Smart placement,
5-7.
fast race as Lin Yunru tries to step around. Local fans watching on here. Net clamp is part of the net, but still has to hit the opponent's side of the table. Santiago Lorenzo from Argentina, coach for the Pan American pair. Oh, quick reaction.
8-6.
Gomez with no slow-mez. That was a quick shot in response to all the high balls we saw him play earlier. He's got the defense, but he's got the near-the-table offense too. Shown and proved, both sides of the racket. You don't get to this level, the Singapore smash. Again, if you're not world class, Gustavo Gomez demonstrating that on the table. Clever idea, but a good change of serve here to mix it up. Some interesting faces on court. Good variety, personalities. Oh, caught in between. This is what half long can do. This is credit to the other side of the table for leaving the ball uncomfortably at the baseline. 3 game points now.
11,
and it's Gao Chungrui to put it away. 11-7, a 2-0 lead for the Chinese Taipei team from Yilan and Kaohsiung. They have started this match strong. Some of the best rallies we've seen in this match happened right there in game number 2, 11-7 after an 11-5 victory. Game number 3 in just a bit. So look here at that incredible rally. The defense behind the table. Much lower arc. Here's the high one. Testing the shoulder. Not easy to play. A little bit lower. Trying to keep it near the baseline. Make sure that the opponents have a tougher angle at the table. There's the forehand counter. Moving back in. And Lin Yunru finally puts it away while Gomez is just a little bit closer. You guys like footwork? Your feet looking for a job? Well, their feet have done quite some work. Look at it on there. Lin Yunru and Gao Chungrui covering more ground. Interestingly, after the point we just saw demonstrating the exact opposite, on average, they're spending most of their time closer to the table. That is the valuable real estate. It's where they want to be. Game 3, Gao Chungrui to start it off.
1 love.
So what's it going to take for the Pan American pair? This is a great answer using the in and out. Waldner did this better than anybody I've seen in my life. Play attacks, shallow on the table when the opponents are expecting a big fast shot baseline.
1, 2.
He did many things better than anybody I've seen in my life. That's why he's my favorite player. But I will say that there's always an answer. There's always a way. Fast long serve, Gustavo Gomez sending it right to the baseline with speed. Coverage, Gao Chungrui on top of the bounce. This is something we saw a lot. It's more than just a block. It's a very closed racket counter.
2,
Gonna say something we saw from Serlin Chen of Singapore quite a lot throughout this event. Her ability to control heavy spin as it comes in. Gao Chungrui doing just the same.
Two, 4.
Ooh, Edward Lee
3,
with the feeling
4.
from under the table. Not a lot to do by way of aggression, so he plays the control game. We call that feeling, the touch. Good length
5,
on this push.
3.
Comes just long, but not long enough for much comfort. Don't make him frustrated. Tony Montana vibes.
6, 3.
The timeout here.
Timeout.
The Pan American side. Depending on where you're from, you could say the American side, really. So 3 points between them and a little conversation.
Yeah, if you feel not so comfortable, maybe better you push long.
Play the point.
Yeah.
But I feel maybe it's better if you play directly long than short, because if you play short, then they play so fast with ball. And for me,
Last thing, there was some Spanish and some English, but the last thing I heard in English was basically, if you have to choose between short and long, choose long, because the short game, they're too quick and tough to predict. Santiago Lorenzo, again, saw as a teenager
6-3.
in Argentina. It's been a big name for Argentina, modern history. The angle on this, Lin Yunru finds the wide opening. Confidence with that backhand. Sees the space, knows what to do.
3-8.
Gotta love the footwork, how quick these steps are. As strong as the backhand is from Gao Cheng-Rui, still prefer to step around for the forehand, especially with a lefty next to him. That's part of the reason why. You can see in that last point how quickly he had to clear the space. Watch Gao Cheng-Rui. Making sure that he leaves clear vision, is not an obstruction for his partner. 6 points in front here with the serves on their side. Nice flick, Edward Lee.
9-4.
Inside the table, taking a chance. Chinese Taipei team has done well. World champions in 2013 in men's doubles. Slow and spinny.
9.
We've seen Gustavo demonstrating the feeling, the goods. Just thinking about the context here, what it would mean. Again, this is the round of 24.
Ladies.
Formerly known as the round of 32, but only 24 teams there.
6-7.
Or pairs, I should say. Making their way back in. The Canadian-Chilean pairing. And a long push.
10-6.
Rushing the shot, catching the top edge of the racket. It is 4 match points. Lin Yunru with the flick, the silent assassin quietly puts it away alongside Gao Cheng-Rui. The Chinese Taipei team's pairing out here, moving on through to the round of 16. Good to see Edward Lee and Gustavo Gomez, Chile. Nice to see you back on the big stage. And Canada with Mo Zhang and some others here. You got plenty to look forward to. But Edward Lee, a bright future ahead, no doubt about it. Pan Am region, keep your heads up. And all of you keep your eyes on the table. Congratulations, Gong Xi Niman, Gao Cheng-Rui and Lin Yunru. So newer coach, the Chinese Taipei team might not have seen quite as much of Wang Yizhi. Be nice to see him as far as these two go. But a bright future, no doubt about it. A man who's moved